Welcome back, everybody. It's Sal back at it again with investing. As always, this is not financial advice, just me kind of going over what I do trading and going over how I research and everything, and as I learn more about this crypto space. So, as always, seek out a financial advisor, consult, understand before you start investing, and as always, hit the like and subscribe button because that really helps me out and I really appreciate it. And we can get how I invest across more people, and the more people that know, hopefully the more people that can make some money, which is what we're all here for. So as you see today, as of now at 9:30 at night, lots of red, a couple green here, a little bit here, kind of XRP just kind of sitting there. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit, but a lot of red. And I anticipated this back in December. I thought, hey, this market's going to go down. There's going to be a kind of a downturn towards the summer, and here we are. Not quite the summer yet, but we're going to get to it. Oh man, I'm so thirsty. And I expect this is going to be the best, probably the best summer to buy both crypto and stocks. So now the main part of this is going over the portfolio update. Like I said at the beginning of June, I was going to do it in the middle, kind of fell behind. As you know, I run a moving company, and we've been breaking the bank every week, every month, so we are vastly busy. But I am here now. This portfolio, if you're new to watching, I'm basing this off of if you're making $45,000 to $55,000 a year, this is something that you can invest in and how you can break it down and how you can do kind of little micro investments to help grow. So if you're new to this, what goes on is I make a very small investment at the beginning of the month, which like you should if you have a 45,000 or 55,000 income. You should be your first check of the month should be paying all your bills and necessity for life while leaving you a couple $100 to spend on food and stuff like random things that you like to do. So with that said, it comes out to I average it out on a $52,000 salary, $2,000 a check, $1,600 after taxes. It comes to, so all bills should get paid within about $1,000. You got $600 left over, which leaves you $400 to invest on your first paycheck. And your next one, it should be about $1,200 to $1,400 on your check because you have nothing else to pay for. So with that said, and it's very feasible to get that down. I'll be making a video and only posting that on Patreon, but I'll post it on YouTube briefly for a month and then take it down. But it is feasible to get to this level. So I've been running this since the beginning of January 1st. I've been running this. So as you can see, slowly but surely, we're now halfway through the year at 57.45 as of right now. So if we look at 57.45 times 12 divided by 6, so realistically, if I keep the same pace of adding into it, it should be at about 11,500 by the end of this year. And that's not accounting for any ups or downs, market growth or market crashes, or we know we could drop another 90%. However, that's unlikely. We've already dropped 70-80% from the beginning of the year, so I am very confident that we're either at the bottom or we're very close to the bottom. So it's a good time to just start buying it. And my philosophy is you're never going to guess when, so you might as well just do it. And if you do it this way, where you're just putting in little small percentages here and there. Now you got some here that are like 0 on here because I don't know what this is. I was buying XRP on Uphold, and all of a sudden this just popped in there. So I didn't really do much research about it. But if you know what it is, leave a comment. Let everyone know. But I didn't really do it that much. Now I'm in the USA, so they stopped this program on BlockFi. So I only was able to get $300 in there before February, which now it's only giving nominal interest payments, right? But we'll leave it there. We never know what will happen because I'm not going to sell it. I'm not going to do it. It's just giving you like a little tiny bit of Bitcoin. So we'll leave it at that. Main things I'm holding in this portfolio, especially in the crypto side, we're looking at XRP. Obviously, it's the only one that's in 4 digits, and other than Wealthfront, which is, I'll explain that in just a little bit. But on the crypto side, it's the only thing that's in 4 digits. Although Quant, I just recently made both portfolios. Now in this one, given the buying pattern, you can only put 500. You can only do so much with what you have. So with this buying round last week, I put 500 in the Quant, and then I put 100 into XRP and 100 into HBAR. So we're sitting pretty steady at those. And then what I did was I put money into the stocks. So I'm still kind of, so like the next round, when you're doing something like this, you have to focus on buy targets. So it's like I wasn't going to buy any quant until it went under 50. Then I said, okay, it dipped to 45, and by the time I got the purchase in, it was like 572, 45.72 or something like that. So I was able to get a little bit in there, get that started off at 9%. Now, if it's higher than 50, come next month when you're able to put a $500 purchase in if you're in this circumstance, don't go in there and say, okay, I'm just going to keep buying quant until I get to the amount I want. No, if it doesn't hit your buy target, don't buy it. So if this doesn't hit, then I'm going to go into DOT. If DOT is around $5, I'll definitely go in there. If Atom is around $5 or even a little less, I'll go in there. If there's nothing even viable, it just might be 200 here and 500 here. But the odds are in July, I will either buy 500 quant, 500 dot, 500 atom, or 500 ADA. One of those. Because those are the main picks of the portfolio. Now, VVS is kind of like a Hail Mary throw. There's a lot of great things that are going with it. It's just setting up. It was launched last year. I just had a coin, a level 2 coin launch on it, so it's growing right now, right? But it's so low. I would not say, okay, let's put $1,000 in there if you could not put $1,000 in there. What I would do is I would put 100 in there. So like this next round that's coming, I'm probably going to put 100 here, 100 here, 50 here, 50 in the crow, and then probably put 200 down here. That's what's going to happen next week. That's what I would say. And that's 500, so it's going to leave me with 100. So, like I said, it's trying to live within those means. And I'm physically budgeting like that, too. So, like, I have more than enough money. I could do a lot of things, fun things I want. But I'm literally, if I don't have the money to do it, I'm not buying. So, I'm really living this so I can make the decisions properly. So, you can really see how to grow this to what you need. So, and so now I that's about as much as I can do with tell you about what's going on here, because there's nothing. It's boring. There's nothing really going on other than what's going on in quant. But now if we get down to here, Bank of America is still like one of my heavy buys. Now I sold Apple before. I sold it at like a 152. Now it's at it's like 131. So we're just gonna let it go down. And if it goes down to the point where it's at the second month and it's a better option to buy that than any of the other options, we'll buy that. However, we're probably not going to get into Apple until the stock market levels out, which I don't think it has leveled out just yet. If I can't buy any more AT&T or Bank of America, so this round I bought I bought 20 shares of AT&T. And I put the rest into Bank of America. I think Bank of America is a good choice because even though they have a publicly announced they don't think crypto is good. However, they are behind the scenes working with quant and behind the scenes working with XRP. I guarantee you, once regulation and clarity comes to the crypto space, Bank of America is going to explode. Now, it has a price target of about $58 by Morningstar. However, my personal price target is once crypto gets regulated and big money comes in, Bank of America might be $100 a share. So if you're under this and you got 13 shares, you could easily go from double your money, almost triple your money, right? Actually, yeah, that would be a little more than triple your money. So you'd be at $1,300. But the whole point of this is that we're not picking any of these stocks that we pick here have dividend yields. We're not picking any we're not picking any stocks that we're going to get money off of value. We're picking stocks that we're going to get money off the dividends. So as you see, high, decent dividend yield, not high, but because it has high potential and dividends, it's in here. Same thing, high potential, dividend, just a steady dividend. It's like Apple's like 66 cents a year per share. Not quite as good as you want, but it is something for what you're getting. Now AT&T, I have it pulled up. I'll get it pulled up. It's like almost $9 a share for the year. So you make a substantial amount of money. And right now, putting $400 or $500 into it is a good decision. This is about $13 a year per share. Right now, this account has 30 shares of it. Same thing with this one, 30 shares of it. And this one's at like $2, a little like $2.60, I think, right now. This one is at $24 a share. Now, these two are kind of like the high-risk dividend yields. They are in real estate. One has a good track record, been in business for a long time. This one, barely 10 years, hasn't really worked its way through some big crashes, whereas this one has worked its way some big crashes and has management and team members that have worked through the 89 market crash and the 1993 real estate crash. So they know how to handle the market that we're in right now, and they're going to succeed. They dropped below $6, so I may come with the $200 that's getting put in here. It will always go 100 here, but I think I'll put 100 in this company right here in NLY. Good investment. It's going. I want to get that up to where it's a bit more of that of the portfolio. Now, keep in mind, these percentages are based off of the total value of investments, which you can pretty much say this is what your net worth is. If, I'm running this as no credit card debt. So, like, you paid off all your debt, you paid off everything. All you got is literally rent, utilities, and food. And that's it. And your small cap credit cards, like your gas card or something like that. So, stuff that you could pay off within one check. So that's what I'm focused on right now. We'll check back at the beginning of July, hopefully around July 1st or 2nd. I gotta tell you though, the first weekend of the month and moving is just busy, so I'll try to get that video out. There's a lot of videos I want to make and get out, but I just don't have the time. But I will get everything out to you guys, and I look forward to growing this and having you guys watch this, because I will run this for a decade to prove that you can get to a high net worth off of this just by steady investing and working. Now, I will account for, salary increases. Like in a year, I expect if you're this focused on making money here, you're going to be this focused on making money in your career, or even if you just consider it a job, you will get promoted, you will make more money, you will get raises. Those things will happen. So I'm going to try and model that into this and grow it. Now, what's great about this project I'm doing, I'm not doing it as just, okay, what if. I'm actually putting money in. I'm actually doing this in separate portfolios and accounts and doing this exactly how I show you here. So this is all real money. This is not fake. We could pull up Uphold. We could pull up, Robinhood, because like right now I got Robinhood right here, and you can see right here where's the shares, how many total shares I have. Well, you can see right here it is. Total shares $13, total amount 415. That was obviously at the end of the day. So as you can see, I am not playing a sandbox game. I am playing real world, real market, real penalties, real gains, real losses. We're going to go through this right through to the end. And hey, some of my picks may go to zero. So you will see the risk factor and how I'm going to overcome it each time. So I just want to keep that out of. We are playing with real money. We're not playing with the house money. We're not playing with fake money. We're not playing with virtual money. We are playing with real money. I got real money in this. So I want you guys to understand that, because these decisions I'm doing this with the intent to make this as high as possible. My goal is to at least get this by the end of the year to like 20,000. I know I said I wanted to be by 10,000 by the end of June. Doesn't look like I might get there, but who knows? I might get there. But what I can say is, if you're going in a downward trend and the market's going downward, everything's going down, it's a good time just to keep putting money in. Just keep steadily putting money in. The steady, 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 steady. Now, if you don't trust it, I do recommend two options if you don't want to do it: Wealthfront and Betterment. Both very good. My brother uses Betterment. He works a career job, and he saves his money and puts it in there, and he got up to $450,000 in Betterment, just in Betterment alone, off of saving his money and focusing on his goals, and while having a house and everything. So I just did his total net worth, and he is at 34 net worth of $2 million, working a $49,000 a year job. So I can tell you right now, and he started this process at 23. So I can tell you right now, you can do it. It will happen. You will make it happen, but you got to be focused on it. You can't run. You can't run from this decision. And this is the most important part. If you're 20 and you want wealth, it's not going to happen in 1 year. You're not going to be driving a Lambo at 23. It'll be very rare. However, you will be financially set when you're getting into your 30s, and when you're getting into your 40s, you'll be able to finally be able to say, hey, I don't have to work here. I choose to work here. I can choose to do things I want to do. That's the goal of any investor. Like, you shouldn't be saying, I'm going to get rich quick. Those people, they come in, they lose their money, then they complain. Now they're out there voting for Biden or whatever they is, or voting for or they're conservatives as upset at liberals for messing up the market, or the liberals upset at conservatives for messing the market. I'm here. We are here. We are bipartisan. We don't give a crap about what's going on in the market. I'm telling you right now that you have to adjust no matter who sits in that chair. It doesn't matter for you. You have to play your plan as best as you can. Play your hand as best you can, because we only get one hand at this, and we got to make it work. And that's what I want people to understand. So now that I'm back on track here, let's go back over to the charts here. Now, the reason why I kept saying we're going to invest in Bank of America, XRP, and Quant is because they are working together behind the scenes. I can guarantee it, 100% guaranteed. And it's like I just know that this is happening, because the verbiage is on point. Like, if you say you hate crypto and you're not going to invest in it, but you're using the same terminology, I know for a fact that you are involved in this. So, but still, that's my own personal opinion. But I'm usually pretty good with my gut instinct. My gut instinct says to invest in these three as much as I possibly can within reason. So right now we got XRP at 30 cents as of the recording of this video. I mean, we had our ups and downs, but this is crazy, because 30 cents can get you a lot. Even if you got $100, 30 cents is going to get you over 300 tokens. So you have to start somewhere. Everyone's pinning on a lot of things. I know right now, what is it? Bitcoin. People are like, oh my God, Bitcoin. And right now it dropped 10%. I'll be honest with you guys, I was not expecting that. And it's kind of dragging down the market. However, it's making coins like this one and this one be great opportunities for you. They're now within buying range of someone who makes $45,000. This is very effective for you. So you can make this work here. Now there's everyone that I know that's in crypto is back and forth on this. A lot of people are in, a lot of people are out. People hate it, people love it. But what I can say is that they got over 400 banks that work with them. They're in business. They're hiring for Pete's sake. They're hiring while in a bad market and getting sued by a government agency. You can't get any better than that scenario. Once they win that case, which it is an inevitable win, it's all written all over the wall. In the history of doing this thing, I mean, this was a clear-cut case. You couldn't get more clear cut than this than Bernie Madoff on the SEC versus Bernie Madoff. Like it's clear. It's clear that XRP is going to win. It's clear that XRP is going to defend it. It's like the Madoff case was clear that the SEC was going to win if they got their heads out of their ass. And in this one, if they get their heads out of their ass, they would understand they should never have gotten involved in this. However, there's a lot going on. I'm not going into details. What I am going to go into is that there's such a high potential, but you're looking at a high potential. Like I said, you're not going to make instant gains. This is like a 5 to 10 year plan here. If the case wins and everything, you might see $2. $2 is what I target at. $2. $2. Target is $2. Now, if you really think about it, $2 divided by 0.3, you're looking at a 6x gain on it, almost 7x gain. If you put $100,000 into it, you would have made a lot of money. But if you're focused like we are, you don't have a lot. So if you really think like 6x, like, okay, let's get up to like $10,000 off of it. Hey, that's great. You got to understand that that's a great play. Divest down to a comfortable level and then exit out. Exit the rest out in either cash or go into something else. The next option I have is quant. Now, my main accounts, I've been buying quant since it was at 200. Now I'm just buying it. I'm just buying it. Like last week I bought $5,000 worth of it, but on this portfolio I bought 500 because that's what I could afford. And unfortunately, because with my main account I bought that, Link, Polkadot, XRP, HBAR, and I'm going to be buying a little bit of XDC down the road because they're working with quant. That's another story. I want to do a video on that as well. But this is such a great buy, and now it's within range of a $45,000 a year investment strategy, and you can get decent amounts of this. Even if you got 100, you get 2 quant, and if it goes up to $200, and you went from 100 to 400, so you 4 times your money. But the understanding of this token and their goal of interoperability and payment strategies is that it's going to bring the value of this up a lot higher and a lot higher and a lot higher. So I could see this in 5-10 years being ETH level, like somewhere between 3,500 and 5,500. Now ETH myself, I see down the road being worth 10,000 because it has such a user base and everything is involved with it. NFTs are involved with it. You got Bored Apes involved with it. So it's going to be here. Just like quant, there's too much smart money in quant, so it's going to rise. And recently, over the last few days, there's been such a buying pressure on this thing. That's why it's up right now. So don't get it fooled right now. It's going to dip. It's going to dip. It might. My expectation is it's going to dip around $39 a token. Now, if it does that, I will invest. However, if the buying pressure keeps going and it pushes it over 50, we stop. Now, you got to understand, you have to have stop, like, because if you don't want to miss out on other opportunities because you're putting money in on diminishing opportunities. So even though quant could go a lot higher, right now you don't have a lot of cash. So you gotta find where you can maximize the gains right now. So if this goes higher than 500 HBAR all the way or 500 XDC all the way, I'm going to try and go for something that's going to give me like 10,000 tokens that has a great value, great team, great minds behind it, and smart money behind it. This has all those qualities, I believe. It's got intelligent people. It's got a great white paper. It's got great everything behind it. It also has smart money behind it. Now, I can only imagine when we get clarity and we get regulation in industry, how much of the pension funds, the sovereign bank funds are going to go into this. I can only imagine. The only thing that I know for sure right now is that Rothschild's trading firm isn't putting money into this thing. I think a few other well-known people are putting money into this thing, but I could see a lot of money going into this. And it's just crazy how much volume this still has while we're still in this downward spiral. I mean, you're looking at 66 million, almost 67 million traded. So, and most of it was buying pressure. So I just can't imagine. And right now we only have 12 million tokens. So we haven't even hit peak trading volume yet. But 102% up on trading volume in 24 hours is just insane. People are buying this. And I would recommend getting in before it gets over the 50 mark if you're on a budget. Now, if you're making $100,000, keep buying. Just keep buying. But if you're making 45 to 50, you got to stop at $50 a token. It's up to you, but there are better options for that. Like I said, there's H bar and everything else. Like I'm looking at where is it? I can't even see it. Even another buy right now would be Solana, but I'm still kind of iffy. It crashed again and again. It crashed 3 times. I said I'm not going to invest. Now it's 4 times. I'm like, but it's on my maybe list to buy if the timing's right. But you want to put stuff in like ADA would be my next best get because it's going to go gangbuster. It's got a lot of growth potential. So if you got $500 to put do a larger purchase under the strategy that we're talking about here, then this is the next buy to make because you're going to put it in, you're going to stake it, and you're going to let it sit, and that's the goal here. That is the absolute goal. Now, Quant is good, interoperability. Now we got speed and capability. Now let's go over to the banking system because at the end of the day, I know there's a lot of diehard crypto fans out there, but at the end of the day, we're all doing this so we can get some cash, cold hard cash. And this is the bank that's going to do it. And I bet you they're going to integrate it into their private banking arena, which they also announced that in their private banking for their high net worth individuals, they're allowing them to participate in their high commercial lending programs area. So they're allowing them to invest in there, which is a really great opportunity if you're in that category. And it's a good thing for Bank of America because that's where trading makes a lot of money. Not a lot of people know. It's like we don't make a lot of money off a brokerage firm doesn't make a lot of money off of retail investors. It makes a lot of money off of trading big volume for private banking and high net worth individuals. That's why they get a little bit better discounts because if you're constantly trading 2, 3, 4, or even $700 million like within seconds all day, every day, those fees just start adding up. So I think this is a good, just for that, the interest rates go up. Bank of America is set to make money off of higher yields. They also have less riskier assets than a lot of the other banks out there. So they're not going to be affected as a downturn will be. I also want to take note that their dividend shares, I bet you as they make more money or as the market, after we come out of this 2-year recession, that their dividend yield's probably going to increase. Right now it's at $2.54. I'm hoping it goes up over $3 because we're going to be getting some shares. But right now, as you see, based on what I had before, you're looking at $2.10. So I only had a little bit of shares, but you're looking at 13 shares. So we got 254 divided by 4, 63 cents a share, so 13. So now 13, now it's getting a little bit more, so I'm getting $8.26 every 3 months. The goal is, if you're working on this, the goal is to get this up to 100 shares. Because once you get over 100 shares and you're making 63 cents a share, then you can start getting a little bit more money. You can start buying some of the lower yield caps. So like ORC I have here in this portfolio. ORC is at $2.60. So I mean that gives you another 24 shares of another high yield dividend stock, and you just keep rotating it like that so you can keep growing it. But Bank of America is definitely they're working hard on it. They got a lean, tight budget on here, and they're going to make some serious money. Now they will lose like every other bank when the housing market truly slows down and all the loans just stop and all the free money stops, really comes to a grinding halt. They're going to take a hit. However, they're in a good position to where they're not going to get hit as hard as everyone else, but they will still dip. So there'll be a very profitable company that's now at a 60% down from its all-time high that you can now purchase again. Right now it's at 31.98, and I'm thinking I'm going to just keep doing the same thing, buy 2 or 3 shares in this portfolio and just steadily rise it. It's probably going to take till the end of the year before it's over $1,000 itself, just in value. But keep in mind that we're not trying to go for value yet. We're trying to go for volume of shares to get volume of dividends. And that's probably the smartest play that you can make when you're starting out investing. Now you can start like I did in a mix of crypto. You can start however you'd like. I started with heavy in crypto, then started moving this way to get dividends as the market was going down to put in there. When I started this, the market was too high, so I couldn't really invest like I wanted to in these. However, I was able to get to some money going, just keep going, keep dollar cost averaging in, and here it is. Market's still going down, but our portfolio is staying steady. Because at the beginning of the month we were at 5,400. Now we're at almost 5,800. We might be able to get to 6,000, 7,500, but most likely it's probably going to go down a little bit. We'll invest. It'll go back up to this point, and we'll just be playing that dancing game every 2 weeks. But with that said, guys, I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys, like the portfolio update. Like I said, like and subscribe. Always comment under there. Let me know if I'm doing a good job. Tell me I suck, whatever you'd like. But do like and subscribe. It really helps me out on YouTube. Helps get this message out more. And I do have some planned videos. So I want to do one fully on quant. I want to do one on a couple stock picks that I have that I could possibly doing. I also want to do one on how to invest in real estate a little bit, how I invest in real estate, that is. And then I want to do one on on Robinhood itself and why Robinhood is good for your bank account, for you starting out. And of course on their wonderful card that gives you 3.5% interest on it. So keep that in mind. I got more videos coming. I promise I'll try to get them out as fast as possible. Love you guys. Like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Sal the Investor. Oh, and by the way, I will have a TikTok coming and just doing short clips of everything that we do. So thank you again. Like and subscribe. Share the video. Make this message go across the board, because I'm trying to save you people, because you're looking at investment as a quick to get rich scheme, and it's not. It's a slow and steady wins the race, and that's what I've been trying to tell everybody over the last 20 years that I've been an adult. So with that said, like and subscribe. I'll check you out next time.